Hello traders, today is Sunday, September 22. I'm gonna go over 14 different names in this video. As per usual, I just want to mention this is not financial advice. Please make sure to do your own due diligence or research before you invest your money in any type of investment. This content is for educational purposes, and if you find any utility on this content, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. Let's get to it. We're going to start with Apple. And on Friday, we had quite an eventful day. We actually had a very nice run towards resistance at 233. And then what ended up happening, there was a sell-off towards the end of the day, due basically mostly due to an imbalance on trading, and that actually triggered a sell-off. And right now, I'm not sure if this is a buying opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised that we are actually going to continue going down towards 225 and then bounce back up. We can also argue that we have at this point maybe a formation of a triple top. That could be interesting. So, I have two levels right now, which are very obvious at this point, which is 233 and 225. Breaking any of them, well, if you break 233, you're going to go towards all-time highs. And if you are breaking 225, you're probably going to hit that 35 SMA, and at that point, you can assess your position. I'm not fully bearish on Apple, but there is definitely a little bit of, of weakness after what we saw towards the end of the day on Friday. And we might encounter a little bit of volatility towards actually 225. I think tomorrow is going to be interesting. I've been day trading Apple, the whole basically for 2 weeks or 10 trading days. So it's been interesting, but at this point, I think I'm going to leave it alone. I want to see how it behaves tomorrow. And after that, I might reassess if I want to day trade this name or not. Let's move on to, if I can find this guy, ANF. And I like ANF to the upside right now. MACD and TSI are looking like they already crashed their signal line. They don't have a lot of momentum. I would say that. RSI is already pointing up. What I like about this is the consistent rebound on the 200 SMA, which is this line right here. Now we are over resistance, which was at 140. We might see a little bit of resistance on this level on the 35 SMA, but if we break, we're probably going to cover this or fill this gap right here. I like this name so far as we get a little bit more momentum on Monday or in the next trading sessions. But we've seen similar things on Amazon, Microsoft, and whatnot, that you were trapped between these two indicators, and then you have a move. In some cases, obviously, it could go down or up, but the 35 SMA breaks easy, I guess, more frequently than the 200 SMA. So I see a little bit of resistance in this area, but if we continue going, we're going to fill this gap right here, this price gap at around 148. Next name that I have is, let's see, I'm going short on this. Well, I don't have a position, but that would be Best Buy. And I was talking about going short on Best Buy, which I did, by the way, right on this area. And I got out on weakness, I think either on one of these, probably on this green candle, I don't remember. But what I did like was the setup that you had on the TSI and the MACD. You were also oversold or overbought on the RSI. So we started actually going towards this gap right here, filling this gap to the downside. And then you lost a little bit of momentum. It came back up, and now you're coming down again. So I do believe this is a good candidate to go short. There is low liquidity as well. I might actually enter this. I have other positions that I want to see. I have other short positions that if I sell them early next week, meaning tomorrow, or Tuesday, I might actually get into Best Buy. I like this setup. It looks pretty good. MACD and TSI are looking or are telling you the story that they wanna, there's a continuation to the downside. Volume is increasing on the sell side, so that is also another indicator. So let's move on to the next name that I have, and that would be Bitcoin. I've been mentioning Bitcoin quite often in the last week. What I've been saying about Bitcoin is the fact that you have to break this level right here. This level would be the 60, what is it, 64, basically. I'm basing this level on, as you can see, the 200 SMA. It is actually failing to break it because 1, 2, 3, and now 4 candles, which is now telling me the MACD and the TSI are also looking like they're losing momentum, and you can also see that on the RSI. So I do believe that if it fails to break this area, and I've been mentioning this quite a few times, you're definitely gonna go down to 59. I covered this on this area right here. I said that my support area was 52. It did hit 52, and then I was moving up to 54 and then 64. Well, I think it was, no, I'm sorry, 52, 57. I didn't consider 59 as much of a resistance on this move, but definitely my resistance level was 64 because it's a 200 SMA, and you can see that it respects this area pretty well. So we'll see what happens in the next trading days, but if it doesn't break, I think that you're gonna go see, or you're actually gonna see 60 or 59.7 pretty soon. That's what I have for Bitcoin. And let's take a look at this name right here that is actually been performing pretty, CCL. It's been performing pretty well. And a couple of things. You had a bull flag right here. It worked out pretty nicely. Now it's starting to look a little bit extended. It's overbought on the other side, which is fine. Let's take a look at a weekly chart and see how this looks. It doesn't look that bad on the weekly. I do believe that it's worth keeping an eye on that in this resistance level at 1950 or 20, you can say. And where am I? Yeah, it's because of this. So I'm putting my level right on here. So you have 1 rejection, 2 rejections, 3 rejections. Let's see how it behaves here. I think if it breaks, it's just going to continue going up, regardless of what you see on the MACD or the TSI. It's just going to continue going up. And my thesis on that is because the price of oil is going down, and obviously that is a great thing for companies like Carnival Corporation. So let's see. This is interesting. I would love to see another flag right here. That would be fantastic, because that means that you're gonna have a cool down on indicators, and I'm gonna show you that on the next name. What I mean by seeing a little bit of red coming down, and then a continuation to the move. But we'll see. This support level or resistance level at 19.5 to 20 is going to be a little bit challenging for CCL, or Carnival Corporation. Let's move on to Clover, and I've been also talking about Clover for a while, and this is also what I was talking about on CCL. You had this super nice run that lasted almost a quarter or a little bit longer, and then you hit resistance on this level, 360, 3.5, 360, and then you came down, broke support, came back, broke support again, and then it went over the 35 SMA, and now you're moving up, you're cooling down a little bit. I guess my whole point to this is that you were pretty extended on the MACD, extended on the TSI and RSI, and now you had this move right here, which is giving you more room for a cool down and maybe a possible continuation in the future. Now what I'm seeing right here between these indicators and the candles, I think this is going to continue going down, probably under this support level at 275. I guess your level right now is this 275, 35 SMA, and then you can reassess if it's going to go down to 195. We'll see. It seems like Clover management is doing things right. and there is momentum still on this name. There's more volume coming in, so there's more people involved in trading on the daily basis. Now you had a 9 million. This stock is really climbing its way into being more looked at by not only retail but other heavier investors. And actually, let's put a level right. I'm gonna put a level here. It's kind of tight, but I'm just gonna put a level right here. Anyways, that's what I have for Clover. I like the fact that it's cooling down, and we might have a rebound either at 275, maybe at 244, 250. We'll see. You definitely have a gap right here of liquidity, so that could be a magnet towards 195 or a sub 2. Anyways, that's what I have for Clover. Let's take a look at. See if I could do it faster. Let's check on Meta. And one thing I like about Meta is that it's been pretty much unstoppable for quite a long time. Look at this insane move. I do believe that I know Meta looks great. I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little bit overextended. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a little bit of a cool down, but look at this move. Is flagging right here, went back up, is moving with a lot of momentum, is moving very nicely. We might get into a little bit of an overbought area soon, which is fine. I think that I think it's a little bit pricey as well, to be honest. But other than that, just on the price of the stock, not on the value on the company. But anyways, I do believe that, or it would be great if we actually get a little bit of a cool down towards 540 or maybe 520, 23, and then we can see another move towards new all-time highs. I just wanted to bring this up because it's just looking. It's been an amazing move. I've been tracking Meta since pretty much we were. Where was this? Yeah, in this area right here. I was talking about Meta, Netflix, and you can see those charts on Microsoft. And look at that, this fantastic move. Anyways, really like Meta. I would, if you're gonna swing or trade to the long side, I would leave it alone for a little bit. Just wait for a cool down or something. At least that's what I would do. Let's move on to MU, and I've seen a lot of people talking about MU on X, and it is looking pretty interesting. I think I made an X post on this name, Micron Technology. I like the fact that it's ranging here. I think if we break 92.8, let's say 92.9, which is pretty much at the same level of the 35 SMA, we are going to start continuing going towards 107. There is definitely opportunity here. MACD, TSI, RSI are looking great. You're under the zero line. You're starting to move higher. You have this little cap right here. You can say also this double bottom. So there is momentum to the upside. I think there is opportunity here. This should be on your focus list. That's what I have for MU. Well, your support level is 84.7. Your resistance level is 92.9. And after that, I think if you break this level right here, you're going to continue going up. Keep an eye on the 35 SMA, but if there is momentum, it's just going to go through it like nothing. Anyways, that's what I have for. Let's finish that with MU. Now I have another name, which is NU. And let me put a note on this really quick. So NU, we can argue here. I think it was at all-time highs. It was. And we can argue that maybe this is a double top. Maybe. It is losing momentum. It had, I've been talking about going short on this area right here, but then it actually had a rebound. So it got a rejection on this thesis, and then it continued moving up. But now it's looking like it's losing momentum. There might be an opportunity here to the downside. I think that there's There was a cool down here on the MACD and the TSI, but now it also looks like it's losing a little bit of track. My next support level would be the 35 SMA, and then we will see. But it's been kind of respectful of that area. So let's see what happens next week. But there might be an opportunity here to the short side. Your resistance level right now is 15.10, 0.14, or let's say 15.20, and then your support level is 13.65. That's what I have for NU, and let's move on to another name that I haven't mentioned in quite a while, and that would be Roblox. And it has a pretty nice, it actually had a pretty nice move for the last 2 quarters, quarter and a half. It's been fantastic. I do believe it's a little bit overextended, but it still has that bullish momentum. So be careful on that. I mean, the trend is up. And if you're thinking about going short, I would do like overnight, or I would have very short-term swings. That's what I would do if you're going to the downside. As far as going to the upside, I would wait, I guess, for a consolidation here. So these indicators kind of catch up a little bit, kind of like what you saw in this area. Well, this was August 5th and all that jazz, but you want to see a little bit of a cool down just to take less risk on your swings. As far as day trading, I don't day trade this name, so I cannot tell you anything about it. Your resistance level right now is 47.3, and your support level is 44.4. I do think that there is a little bit of a possibility of going down towards 44. We'll see if it breaks that level, and that would be beneficial again for these indicators just to take a breather and continue going towards this resistance level. So I like Roblox. However, I would wait a little bit more to see what develops between these two areas, and then put a position here. There's not a lot of liquidity. Volume is actually going up to the upside, but again, I'm a little bit worried about the extensions that you see here on, especially on the TSI. It looks like it's a little bit extended here. That's what I have for Roblox. And now let's go down to AT&T, and look at this. I did buy puts on AT&T, and the reason for this is because it looked pretty overextended. This position is a little risky because the trend in general is to the upside. I still have these puts. Friday, it was kind of decent, on almost 1%. But the thing is that if it actually takes, is retesting this level and it's going to continue going up, then my thesis is not going to be valid. However, I do believe that there is less, momentum, even though the volume here is kind of high. But I do believe that there is a good chance that we're going to break 21.2 and then continue going towards 35 SMA. But again, the risk on that position is that it's retesting this level, which makes me a little bit worried, and then it's going to continue going up. We'll see what happens tomorrow, and if it doesn't go my way, I just sell, and if I take a loss, I take a loss. But the MACD and the TSI look extended. They are about to cross a signal line, and the RSI is already cooling down, but it's pointing up. So we'll see. Right now, the more I'm talking about this, I'm just getting a little bit worried about it. But there's definitely a nice extension here, and we'll see if there is a reversal going down. It has to break this level. If it doesn't break this level, then I don't think it's worth getting any positions to the downside. Now, what I have next is another name that has been quite interesting for the last week or so, and that is Tesla. Still has momentum. It broke this range that was what I was talking about. My range was between 186 and 234, and then I moved it to 205. I think we can now argue that we are between 225 and 265. We'll see what next week brings. If there is momentum, and still you can see the MACD and the TSI, there is momentum, there is volume, we might see a continuation towards 265. I like this move that seems more, I guess, steady than what we saw in this area right here back in July, in the beginning of July, towards, basically the first 2 weeks of July. I really like the fact that you have more red and a little bit, it's not as aggressive, which means that if we go down, it's not going to be as aggressive. Now you have an event coming. Let's see what the news say here. Open a factory in, okay. Economic success. Okay. So I think the event that we have coming is on October 10th, which is on Thursday. Well, it doesn't matter. October 10th. So somewhere in this area, we'll see if we hit 265 by then, you know, and see what happens if they actually promote something that is quite interesting and is going to bring more revenue to Tesla. If they reschedule, or if they don't bring anything that interesting, there is going to be a sell-off for sure. Just like what we saw here, you know, there is going to be a lot of pain. That's what I have for Tesla. And let's go to, you know, I want to take a look if I can find this name, because I saw it. Oh yeah, it's not Ura. I'm sorry about that. I can't find this name. Oh, here you are. United Airlines. Let's take a look at United. And look at this. I do like this to the downside. I do not have a position on this. I want to wait a little bit. I think that there might be, let me put a level right here. There might be opportunity here. MACD, TSI are starting to curl towards the signal line. It was oversold, it's still overbought, I'm sorry, on the RSI. So if we lose momentum, there might be an opportunity going towards 48, give or take. And the only thing that would be worried about this is the price of fuel, or the price of oil. But other than that, this sector in general, if you go to JetBlue, if you go to other names or Delta or whatnot, they're all losing a little bit of momentum. And it seems like United Airlines was lagging a little bit on that. So that's the reason why I am mentioning this. Let's go take a look at if I can find, I think this Southwest, you see, it was losing a little of momentum. Now we can say it's flagging right now. But let's go take a look at JetBlue, also doing the same thing. So United Airlines might be flagging and getting ready for the next move up. That is very, very possible. And let's take a look at Delta, maybe if I have it around here. Do I have Delta? Okay, I'm not gonna waste my time on, okay. But you can see, let's go back to United. It might be starting flagging. That would be interesting. So I would leave it, maybe I would leave it alone for a little bit and see what happens. Or if you want to be risky, take an overnight or 2 day long swing to the downside and then sell, which is something I could possibly do. But then it looks like if it's behaving like the rest of the sector, it might start flagging and continue going up. I wouldn't be surprised. Now let's move on to my last name for this video, and that would be Visa. And it is actually under support. My support level was 286. This was an amazing move. I was talking about Visa when we were on this area of this channel, and then it had this beautiful move. MA, which is MasterCard, is also behaving very similarly. So I wouldn't be surprised, and we see a little bit of weakness. Let's see if the relationship here. No, not really. But I would be careful on this. The only reason I'm mentioning this name on this video is because we're under the support level. You're also a little bit extended on the MACD and TSI, but Visa is a very strong name. It's also going to benefit from rate cuts and whatnot, but we'll see what happens with Visa. I do believe that to be honest, maybe I will leave it alone even if it actually goes down for quite a bit, and then I would actually take a position up. One of the things that I like to do is look at a lot of all of these names, and then what I do, I make lists and I make notes on those lists, and I tell myself just to wait. Let's say wait a week or something like that, and then I come back and then I take a look at the setup and how things are looking, and then if there's something very interesting, I work on it, and if not, I leave it alone. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I might make another video. Anyways, thank you, everybody. Bye bye.